I like Vivek. Vivek Ramaswamy, I think, would make it for a fantastic presidential candidate. The next election cycle, a lot of his positions are, in fact, those of putting America first. And, well, a lot of people have some reservations. I think a lot of people are stupid, so they can go ahead and hold those. But in the long term, in the grand scheme of things, I think that he is definitely the heir apparent after Ron DeSantis proceeded to shoot himself in the foot in 2023, heading, or rather in his case, limping into 2024. But for as much as I appreciate Vivek, he does have some problems, and this one right here might not be the entire point where I would hop off the Vivek bandwagon, but it's definitely a cause for pause, because it's something that I bring up often, that the GOP definitely has a problem, and many of your traditional conservatives that are out there, of them just wanting to go ahead and never say anything bad about women, just always continuing, not like you should just go around out there and just go, you belong back in the kitchen, but just simply holding them accountable for their poor life decisions. Their inability to curtail and corral poor female behavior, it's a problem. It's a big problem. It's a gigantic reason why society is in the state that it is right now. And if anybody just simply wants to offer up the solution that men just need to be better and then that you could just go ahead and have a stronger society, that's an absolutely stupid position that you would be advocating for. It's an extrapolation on that old Nelson Mandela saying about spite or hatred, that it's like drinking poison and then hoping that your enemy perishes. By not telling women when they're acting up, when they're acting inappropriately, you tacitly endorse their behavior. And that's what you see not just Republicans do, okay? Not just what Democrats pander to, but what society at large generally does in these states where feminism, whatever you want to call it, the gynocentric social order, just how deeply ingrained feminism is in society at large, you're going to see it. I've got a few different clips. I've got 3 clips specifically pulled up of how some of the brightest, biggest talking points in the conservative side of this equation aren't doing anything to help or empower men. No. It's just simply wanting to build a better beta. And the first person, the one that I like the most, Vivek up here, well, he's talking about abortion, okay? And something that, I've made my stance on. I think anything after the viability of the child is no longer a question. Anything further than that is murder and probably shouldn't be allowed. But anything prior to that, I don't know, hook up the old Hoover for as little as I care, okay? But you have some TradCons that are out there that believe that life begins at conception, which, okay, fine, that's just as viable. It's just what's your source or what's your foundation behind that? Oh, I got my magic book and I'm just going to thump my Bible, read my John 3:16, and my magic words are just going to go ahead and make it all better. That's why you lose. You're trying to play an emotional game with a party that is all about emotion, and they do it better than you. They have dirtier tricks, and that's why Republicans have lost for so long, and why they are such self-flagellating assholes that when a guy who just wants to tell it the way that it is, they want to diminish, imprison, and ruin the viability of the most popular candidate your party has seen ever, just in order to maintain the veneer that you are simply the party that will lose with dignity. Just use the facts. You can win on the facts. You're supposed to be the side where facts don't care about your feelings. But when it's all said and done, all you're doing is simply using feelings. Whether it's playing the religion card or pedestalizing female behavior, it's 2 heads of the same coin. But you get away with it because 95% of the population is terminally blue-pilled, even if they think that they're based as fuck when it comes to politics. You would never catch me ever voting liberal. Hashtag stand with Israel. Fuck off. What does Vivek have to say about this? The winning path for the GOP on abortion isn't to compromise on our principles, okay? It is to practice what we preach. Codify sexual responsibility for men into the law. Abortion, a specifically and unique case where women control complete and total access to life. Men have absolutely nothing. The moment that nut fucking flies out of there, he loses all ability to control that at all. It's just simply at the whim of the bitch who's on the receiving end. Because a man can advocate for an abortion as much as he wants. Take the chick who ended up catching a stray for a second date down the toboggan hill. Or if she's feeling ill, he can page Dr. Scholes, but he cannot sign off the same way that a chick, even if the guy is just like, yeah, no, I'd like the kid, but she can go ahead and get the old scraperoonie at her own whim. So yeah, what does this do to actually fix that imbalance? No. It just once again puts more responsibility without giving any authority onto the man. Because Republicans, conservatives, whatever the hell you want to call them, they don't want better men. They want better betas in order to try to secure the female vote, which we know is the biggest voting bloc. If a woman carries a child to term, she can automatically make the man the legally responsible party for the child if confirmed by a paternity test. If confirmed by a paternity test. That's a big old fat fucking if. If you make mandatory paternity tests before a name gets affixed to a birth certificate, I would be totally down with that. That would be fine. That would definitely expose a bunch of trifling hoes that are out there. Okay, that's totally on the up and up. But automatically making the man the legal party, okay, the responsible party, ergo the mandatory breadwinner for that kid. Meanwhile, she can just simply either take you to family court or run you through divorce court, financially ruin you, and then you're still going to be on the hook, even if she, through nefarious means, and trust me, we've seen numerous examples of this, takes either a majority or sole custody of the kid. The father's still responsible for that. What the fuck? It's about it's not about men's rights versus women's rights. You're not doing anything in regards to women's rights here. You're just simply affording them more of these rights that, oh my god, I wish I had, for all those stupid fucking feminists that are out there screeching from the rooftops. And I'm not even talking about those wannabe trad wives that just have their fucking dress above their knees with their, shoulders exposed out there in all of those high value rooms. Oh, look at me. I want to be a trad wife one day. Yeah, we all know you're getting passed around just like that little fucking twink in the Senate room, okay? You've just got a flower dress and a big floppy hat. You're not that fucking special. You're just trying to attract simps from a different demographic. Just because boomers can't figure out how to fit their credit card into their phone to buy their favorite OnlyFans girl's fucking private chat room doesn't make them any different. Yeah, it's about human rights. No, it's not, man. Absolutely not. But please, I do implore you, if you are so inclined, I will link to the video that's down there. Feel free to watch the 5 minutes of it, but just he summarized his post. He lays it out in a little bit more explanation, but all things said and done, fewer rights for men, more responsibility for men. Women are perfect creatures, and that's what you're getting from all of these talking heads that are around there. And speaking of talking heads, we got the biggest one in the group with the tiniest little face, Charlie Kirk. He ended up hosting that stupid goofy ass Turning Cuck USA event down there in, I think, Arizona or some shit like that, but whatever, man. He was up there, talking to all of the masses, and as somebody points out right there, Chuck doesn't have any kids. No, exactly. You should get married as young as possible and have many kids as possible, period. Reject the siren song of modernity. Yeah, exactly. Shepherds leading lambs to slaughter. I think that's a pseudo-biblical quote, something that they would go ahead and totally resonate with. But yeah, you just go out there, you go wife up these hoes, you go find yourself one of those, good college girls, well-educated. You go out there and you find one of those empowered women, you wife her up, you just be the best man possible. Hell, you can even go find a good chick. Sure, she's a little hungover for Sunday service, and yeah, there's something funny about her fishnet stockings underneath her a good old flowered dress, and yeah, she's working to get some of those tattoos that she's got the full sleeve, but she's getting some of them removed, but a lot of them, still mean something to her. But you know what, she's turned the page, she's gotten right with God, and yeah, it doesn't matter what she used to do back a couple of semesters ago when she was out there riding the old choo-choo train every other weekend. No, those 30, 40, 50 previous bodies don't mean a goddamn thing, because she's gotten right with the Lord, okay? So yeah, you go ahead, you guys go out there and you wife up those hoes because Charlie Kirk said so. Or you can be like Benny Johnson. Exactly, just go ahead and put yourself into financial ruin, because what's the number one thing that young men can do that go ahead and just lead them down a life of serfdom? Oh, I'm sorry, adherence to the word of the Lord. Young men, if you want to be an immovable mountain, Frankly, because, well, you can't move because you can't afford it. If you wish to be a strong alpha, it's so funny, man. It's so fucking hilarious that they will go ahead and say that. Because then they'll accuse all of those dastardly red pillars that are online. Oh, they just talk about being alpha men online. Not once. Not fucking once has Rollo Tomasi, has Myron Gaines, has Andrew Tate ever referred to themselves as an alpha man. But these stupid tradcucks, just to go ahead to try and drive home a point, they'll go ahead and use it. They'll try to weaponize it against you. You want to be an alpha male, right? But at the same time, you're also calling out those toxic alpha males on... Oh, okay, interesting. I beg you, find a woman. See what the common through line in all this stuff is? Just go ahead, man. Just be the best man that you can for yourself so that you can be the best man for a woman that's out there. What the fuck, man? I thought you were trying to lift up men, and the only way that a man becomes worthy in your eyes is if he, doesn't attract a bunch of women. That's degenerate. That's evil. That's awful. Why would you do that? Who hurt you? Why do you need the validation of women that are out there? No. You just need to go find that mythical good girl that's out there in the wild. And you need to put a ring on that. You need to get the state involved. And you need to risk half of your shit for what? That she can go ahead and get fucked on behind your back. And that you end up having to pay for a kid that's not yours for 18 full years. Should have got that paternity test. The name's already on the birth certificate. You're on the hook. Not Chad or Tyrone that's out there. Fuck no. Why would we ever hold women responsible for their actions after all? Because you need to find a woman, you need to get married, and you need to have more children than you can afford. Because that right there, instead of your own pursuit of becoming the best version of yourself, you need to simply find a way that you can provide for some basic Betty that's out there. You need to be like Tucker Carlson. Yeah, just go ahead, okay? Hold up the fucking exception to the rule. Tucker Carlson, who has had how long of a career in broadcast journalism, who is the most successful media host quite possibly out there, full stop. Somebody who has cultivated their career long before he met his woman. Yeah, no, exactly. That was only possible through his wife, right? It's not so much that he's, found religion, and a lot of that led to his departure at Fox News. I tell you, man, I justifiably take the piss out of TradCons because on political issues, for the most part, we agree on a lot of stuff, except for a lot of Middle Eastern conflicts. I think that they have a lot of solutions to things, but when it comes to the modern dating scene, when it comes to setting up young men to succeed in life, we have vastly different opinions on things. They have this white picket fence, 2.4 children, a dog, a cat, 2 cars in every garage, 1 chicken in every pot, 1950s idealistic view of what relationships are. But here I am, out here, in the game, on the streets in 2023, letting you know that's not the case anymore, man. This thing right here change the fucking game for everybody. Bitches have access to fucking everybody that they want to, and oh boy, they're taking advantage of it. If you are even a reasonably attractive chick, you have blue check marks running up and down your DMs. Me, as a guy, as a good... I don't want to toot my horn all that much, but I can just go ahead and give you some superfluous statistics. 6.5 feet tall, 210, 6-pack, articulate, smart, that's not a word, smart, has social credit online, witty, articulate. I've got a lot of shit going for me. I don't even have a fraction of the attention. Some chick posting their sob story about how a guy ghosted me after he took me out for dinner and I said nothing and sat on my phone. I've been working hard at this shit. Coming up on, it'll be 4 years, for 3.5 years, 3.5 full years at my back. And long before that, working grueling jobs in order to become the person that you see in front of me. I'm not doing all of that for bitches. I'm doing all of that for me, to make an impact in this world. Not where they're trying to go out there and tell you, you need to leave a legacy. Well, what does that mean? Because there's a bunch of fucking cemeteries that are out there of guys that have legacy, where they have family members drive past those cemeteries and go, yeah, grandpa's over there. I'll eventually get around to go see them. They want this idealized version, okay? Oh, well, Well, what happens? What happens when you're on your deathbed and you have nobody to come and see you? Here's the fucking spoiler, man. And I don't want to go ahead and reveal too much about my own private life, but a very, very, very dear family friend very recently passed away of a massive heart attack. Just like that. That's had an uncle, had an aunt pass away, uncle had a heart attack, father have a stroke, all within the past couple of years. I wonder why. But here's the thing, man. That's how most people fucking go. There is no grandiose Norman Rockwell send-off where you have generations all just gathered around while grandpa just, peacefully passes in the night. No, you're going to die. People might say nice things about you at your funeral, and then it's fucking over. The guys who become the best versions of themselves leave a lasting impression, not just take out their wallets with their shitty fucking family pictures, showing off their fuck trophies, going, hey, look at my family. You want to hear more stories? Susie's about to enter the 2nd grade and Timmy's really doing well in 6th grade. I don't know why they don't look like me, but I love my wife a lot. Cheaper to keep her. Happy wife, happy life. It was outdated advice in the 90s. It's definitely outdated in 2023. But they continue to peddle it because idiots think, because, okay, they're right on one thing, they've got to be right about everything. Fucking lap that shit up. Makes me sick, because they're just as much charlatans as the other side of this equation. It's just nobody has the audacity to call them out. Well, fuck it. I might as well. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.